BCSN. This is the weekly recap, and this is week 5. Let's get into it. So, of course, the first thing that we're going to show you is the GameChanger Top Performers. Yeah, so the GameChanger Top Performers, again, I look at GameChanger and keep an eye on, the stats and see who's doing well, try to follow all the teams. There are a couple teams that aren't connected to GameChanger, which makes it kind of hard to follow them, but I am trying to do my best, and these are the girls that were top performers in GameChanger this week. So those were the girls. So congratulations on having great weeks and continue the roll. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about here is the teams to watch. Didn't change too much. Riverside, they played against Elwood City, who's one of the top teams in 3A, and they took 8 innings to figure that one out. So it was a really good game, and Riverside was the home team, so they kind of walked off with a victory in the bottom of the 8th inning. They also had 2 section wins that week too. So they're 8-1 currently overall, and they're 6-1 in their section. So, and they also have a big game against Laurel coming up. So this week, that's actually this week. So good luck in that game, and we'll see what happens there. That's another section that's very interesting with Riverside, Neshannock, Laurel. Those 3 teams are really going to battle it out till the end. Now Hopewell's second on the list here. They're 8-2 overall, and they did receive their first loss. It was against Elwood City, so they're 5-1 in a section. And honestly, can they hold on to the lead? I tell you, in that section, Hopewell, Elwood City, Mohawk, and Central Valley, those 4 teams are really fighting it out here. All their games are within 1 or 2 runs. I mean, it's just amazing to watch. And Hopewell's still hanging on to that lead, but Mohawk, I think, is the hot team right now. They do have 3 losses, but they're really playing. They're getting hot at the right time, and they also have to play Hopewell and Elwood again. And I believe they're playing Elwood tonight, so that'll be a big game that all the section teams here are going to be watching. But it should be a very, very interesting on the way through here. So with Mohawk, they have to play Elwood and Hopewell again. So those 2 games are important, not only for Mohawk to kind of stay in the mix, but for also the Hopewell and Elwood to kind of stay the pace and keep ahead of the other team. So it's going to be an interesting finish to the season for that section, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch down the stretch. Then Southside Beaver, they moved up a spot. They had a nice bounce back win after a loss to Union, but they're 5-2 overall and 5-1 in a section, and they're putting some wins together. So it should be fun to see how they end up in the section there. Then, of course, Central Valley is going to be in the 4th spot. They lost a tough one to Mohawk on their home field, so that gives them 2 losses in the section. Central Valley has 2. They have a doubleheader against Quaker Valley today, and then they have the big contest against Hopewell on Wednesday. So I'm going to stream that game. And the first game was a lot of fun, so hopefully this game here on Wednesday is going to be just as much fun. Maybe it'll be better. We'll have to see. And then the number 5 team rounding out the teams to watch is Western Beaver. I think one of their top players, Izzy Lefebvre, I hope I said her name right. I think she's injured, and I don't know the extent of it. I just she's not in the lineup anymore, and I did see something on Facebook from, I think it was her parents, who kind of referenced her getting checked out. So I'm not sure what her injury is or whatever, but I do know she's out of the lineup right now, which does hurt them because she was one of their key players on that team. They did lose to South Fayette, and they're playing some tough competition in that section. So we'll see how long they can hold on and hopefully get into the playoffs. So wish them the best, and we'll see what happens. So that's the teams to watch this week. There wasn't much change. I think CV and Southside swapped spots, but yeah, other than that, everything else stayed the same. So, all right. So the next thing we'll get into is the top plays. We had 2 live streams this week. Our first one was Beaver Falls at New Brighton. There was a couple girls that caught my eye on the Beaver Falls team. The one girl was her name was Katie Cummings. She had an inside the park home run. I kind of fast forwarded when she was trotting around the bases. She's not really that fast, but it was a real nice hit, nice swing. So I just wanted to give her a shout out for that. And then the other girl who caught my eye was the catcher for Beaver Falls. Her name is Z Reddick. I remember her when she first tried out for Valley Rage. I don't even know when it was, but I was still with Valley Rage back then, and I remember her at one of the tryouts. And she has a really nice swing, and she had one hit, but she never really. I don't think she made the contact that she could make. So. But I like her swing, and she's also really good behind the plate. She blocks. She has this nice throw, and that's what this clip is her throw at second. The shortstop had troubles handling the ball, but it was a real nice throw on time. And I think Z is a freshman. I'm not real sure. There's not a lot of information out there for Beaver Falls, but I'm pretty certain that she's a freshman this year, so she's someone to keep an eye on for sure. Beaver Falls ended up losing to New Brighton pretty easily. I forget exactly what the score was, but New Brighton pulled away in the game, and it ended up being a mercy game. Now the second game that I streamed was between Freedom and Riverside, and it was actually a pretty close game. It was a lot closer than I expected it to be. Riverside held on to win 8-4. But there was a couple plays that I wanted to highlight. First off, one of our 10 to watch players was Sam Rosenberger, and she actually hit her first home run over the fence in high school in this game. And I have that clip to show. It was a nice shot. It was a solo shot, but it was a nice hit for her. And another clip I wanted to show you, there's 2 more. Both of them are from Danny Rosenberger. So the first thing is the first clip was kind of funny. This one here is when she was on third and a pass ball happened and she took off running. And this is right when the game started and all the chalk was fresh. And she dove and all that chalk flew up in her face and stuff. She came up choking, and it was pretty funny. And then this was a really nice play by Danny Rosenberger. The ball was hit in deep outfield, and she made a really nice play on it. But the ball did end up falling out of her glove. But it was a heck of an attempt. You can see the base umpire called an out, but the home plate umpire overruled him. But it was a really nice play regardless. So those were the top plays that I captured this week. This coming week, we have 2 big games in Beaver County. So the one is on Wednesday, and I'll stream that one. It's between Hopewell and Central Valley. So the first time those 2 teams met, it came down to the last inning, and Hopewell ended up walking off the game with a win. But they're going to be up in Central Valley this time. So and there's a lot of importance to this game for the section. So it should be a really nice affair. And like I said, I've said this a couple times, if you aren't following the Section 2 3A, it's an incredible section. There's 4 teams that could very well end up tied for first place with 3 losses each of them. Just their games are all within a run or 2, and it's just a battle for all those teams. So it's going to be very interesting how it plays out. So, and then the other big game is between Riverside and Laurel. So Riverside is still in the mix for the section championship. They're trailing Neshannock. Neshannock doesn't have any losses, and then Riverside has the one. So Laurel's also in that mix. I think they might have 2 losses, but that game is also a big section game this week. So I won't be streaming that one, but I'll do the Central Valley Hopewell game. So yeah, we're getting into the last couple weeks of the regular season, and things are definitely getting interesting. So if you aren't paying attention, start watching. And like I said, I'll try to bring the games that I can to BCSN. Now, another thing I need to bring up: we aren't affiliated with Trib, so any playoff games that we would like to watch on here, we're going to have to pay rights to it. So it is possible to stream playoff games, but like I said, I'll need the money to pay for the payoff for the rights, and it's not expensive. It's like, I don't know, like $200 or something like that. So, yeah, I won't be able to do any playoff games unless we do that. So I just want to throw out there that that is an option if you are interested in that, and just reach out to me and we can figure out how to do it and who we have to pay or whatever we need to do. So with that being said, that's all I got for this week. So thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you at the field.